Hello, friends. Today I will be reading The Three Little Pigs. One day, Mother Pig told her three little pigs that it was time for them to go out into the world to make their own way. Each little pig decided to go and build himself a little house. The first little pig met a man with a bunch of straw. "This straw will make a fine house," said the little pig proudly. He bought all the man's straw and built a fine little house. Soon, a mean and angry wolf came upon the little straw house. The wolf kicked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," squealed the pig. This doesn't seem good for the pig. Oh no. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. The wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. He blew so hard that he blew the little pig away. The second little pig met a man with a great bundle of sticks for sale. "These sticks will make a fine house," said the second little pig. He bought the sticks from the man and built his house with them. It was a much stronger house than his brother's straw house had been. It wasn't long before the wolf came along to the little stick house. He knocked on the door saying, little pig, let me come in." The little pig peeked out his window and saw the wolf on his doorstep. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," he squealed nervously. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," threatened the wolf. The wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. He blew so hard that he blew away the second little pig too. I feel bad for the little pigs. The third little pig was a very smart pig. He thought for a long time about what kind of house he would like to have. One day, he met a man who had a load of bricks for sale. "These bricks will make a fine and sturdy house," said the little pig confidently. Then the third little pig bought all the man's bricks, and built himself a handsome little house. It was stronger than his first brother's house of straw and sturdier than his second brother's house of sticks. Soon after the brick house was finished, the mean and hungry wolf came pounding on the door. little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," squealed the third little pig. He stood his ground inside his front door. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. The wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed once more. But he could not blow the little pig's house in? "Silly old wolf! He will never blow my house in," the third little pig squealed and giggled inside his sturdy home. "Woohoo!" The wolf heard the little pig laughing at him and began to get angry. He was a very proud wolf, and he did not like to be laughed at. The wolf made up his mind to have the third little pig for dinner one night. For dinner one night? He thought up a plan. "Little pig," he said, "I know where there's a nice field of turnips." This caught the little pig's attention. Turnips were his favorite thing to eat. "Where's this field of turnips?" the little pig asked the wolf, poking his head out the window. "At Farmer Brown's," he said. "I'll take you there at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning." The wolf licked his chops and thought about the fine pig dinner he would have the next day. The little pig agreed to meet the wolf, but pigs are much smarter than wolves, and he knew this wolf was up to no good. The little pig got up at 5 o'clock the next morning and went to Farmer Brown's all by himself. He got the turnips and he was back in his little house when the wolf arrived at 6. "Little pig, are you ready?" he asked. "Ready," scoffed the pig. "I've already gone and come back with lots of turnips." The wolf was very angry that he had been tricked, so he tried to trick the pig again. "Little pig," he said sweetly, "you know where there is a tree full of juicy apples?" The little pig loved apples almost as much as turnips. "Where is this apple tree?" asked the pig. "In Granny Smith's garden," said the wolf. "I'll come for you tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning. We will go together." The little pig woke up at 4 o'clock and went off to find the apples. The wolf also got up at 4. But the pig was not home. The wolf went to the apple tree. The little pig was just about to come down from the tree with some apples when he saw the wolf below. The little pig was very frightened. The wolf came close and caught up to him. "My, you're early," said the wolf. "How are the apples?" The pig thought quickly. "Delicious," he said. "Why don't you stand back and I will throw one down to you?" The wolf took a few steps back. The little pig tossed the apple as far as he could. He threw the apple so far that the wolf had to run after it to catch it. Woohoo! The wolf ran so far that the little pig was able to collect a whole army load of apples before he scooted down the tree and ran away. Woohoo! "Silly old wolf." Wrong voice. "Silly old wolf," the little pig squealed and giggled. He was safe at home before the wolf had found the apples he had thrown. Yay! The apple he had thrown. The little pig brought all of the apples into his kitchen. "I think I will invite my brothers to have dinner at my new house," he said. He made apple fillers and applesauce and apple pie. And he still had plenty of apples left to eat for a snack. When the third little pig's brothers came to dinner that night, they admired his fine brick house. "This is much sturdier than the straw house," mocked the first little pig, "and much stronger than the stick house," added the little pig. In the meantime, the wolf was furious that he had been tricked again. He thought he was trickier than any little pig, and this little pig had tricked him too many times already. So he thought until he came up with another plan. Next morning, the wolf went over to the little pig's house. He knocked on the door and said in his friendliest voice, "Little pig, there is a fair in town today. There's so many wonderful things to do there. Let's go together. I'll come by for you at 3 this afternoon." The little pig agreed, but he did not wait for the wolf. The clever pig started out early for the fair. He tasted pies at the pie booth, smelled flowers at the flower booth. He even had a tall glass of lemonade at the lemonade booth. Woohoo! He rolled around and around on the Ferris wheel and way up high on the Ferris wheel. "What a wonderful day at the fair," the little pig said happily. "But I think it's time for me to go home." The little pig wanted to get back to his sturdy brick house before the wolf showed up at the fair. On his way out of the fair, the little pig bought a great big barrel so he would have a place to store his apple and turnips. The little pig was on his way home with the barrel when he saw the wolf coming up the hill towards him. "Oh dear, here comes that pesky wolf," fretted the little pig. The little pig had to hide from the wolf. He knew that the wolf wanted to eat him for dinner. It's sad. "I know just what to do," he said to himself. The tricky little pig crawled into the barrel. But in a moment, the barrel started to roll down the hill with the little pig in it. Uh-oh. The barrel rolled over and over, gaining speed on its way down the hill. The wolf looked up to see the barrel headed straight for him. This strange sight frightened the wolf so much that he ran right home. He forgot all about the meeting the little he forgot all about meeting the little pig and never went to the fair at all. The little pig roared all the way home inside the barrel. He was very dizzy when he finally called out. At least I got away from that nasty old wolf, he said, dusting himself off. The wolf went to the little pig's house the next day. Little pig, he said, I was going to meet you at the fair yesterday when all at once the most frightening thing came rolling down the hill. I ran straight home. The little pig laughed. Ha ha! It was I that frightened you. I was in the barrel. I don't think the wolf's gonna like that. The wolf was very angry when he heard the little pig say this. He made up his mind, then and there, to eat the little pig for dinner. What? The very next day, the wolf's mouth began to water as he looked at the pig. Little pig, roared the wolf, I am going to eat you for dinner today. I may not have been able to blow your house in, and I may not have been able to trick you, but I'm going to come down the chimney to get you now. That's not good. With that, the wolf leaped onto the wolf. Here I come, little pig. He snored down into the chimney. No. But it happened that the little pig was having his brothers over for dinner again that night. He had hung a pot full of boiling water over the fire so that he could make a fine stew. Uh-oh. The wolf tumbled down the chimney right into the big pot of boiling water? Oh, that doesn't sound nice. The pig quickly put a heavy lid on the pot, and that was the end of the wolf. That night, the little pig invited both of his brothers to live with him in his sturdy brick house. All three little pigs lived happily ever after. Woohoo! Good ending for the pigs! Not for the wolf, though. That's a little sad. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Please subscribe and please make sure to watch my other videos. See you soon, friends.